I need to speak the truth. Whoever designed these homes, I want to sit them down and ask them one question. What on earth were you thinking? I'm talking about the raised ranches, the side splits, the back splits, the 4-level splits, the 5-level splits, and even the original bungalows that are all over Oakville and Burlington. Homes that were built in the 60s and 70s. Take a look at this. Right at this time, there are 251 homes like this for sale in Oakville and Burlington. And in the first half of 2026, over 400 sales have already been recorded. You know, it's a huge part of the housing mix here. You'll find these homes in neighborhoods like the Longmoor, Elizabeth Gardens, Palmer, Danes, Falgarwood, College Park, Bronte, I mean, you name it, the entire south of QEW in both Oakville and Burlington. These homes are there, and many other mature neighborhoods also. In fact, I won't lie, I myself live in one of these homes, and in the latter part of this video, I will tell you whether I like it or I hate it. But some of these floor plans are so dysfunctional in these homes that buyers today are spending thousands and thousands of dollars just trying to make them work. And if you are thinking about buying one, stop. Watch this video first, because there are things about these homes that almost nobody tells buyers until it's too late. Let's start with the one that drives me absolutely crazy, the split levels. 3 stairs, there's a turn. 4 more stairs, then there is a turn again. 5 more stairs, you are either up or you are down. Every room is on a different level. The kitchen is so isolated. The living room is also isolated. The family room is also isolated. Everybody is separated. Maybe that worked in 1972. It doesn't work for how most families live today. Parents want to cook dinner and still keep an eye on the kids. That's hard to do when everyone's on a different floor. And here's another thing. These homes have so many little rooms, compartments, tiny dining room, tiny kitchen, tiny foyer, tiny bedrooms. I mean, lots of walls, lots of doors, very little open space. That's exactly why so many buyers walk into these homes today and immediately start talking about gut renovations. Now, let's talk about something almost nobody brings up. The driveway that tries to kill you every time. What is that architect? Can I have a word with you? I mean, a lot of these homes were built into a slope, which means the driveway pitches down towards the garage. I mean, it's fine in July, but a different story in January. Snow melts during the day, refreezes overnight. Now you've got a sheet of ice on a hill. You're parking at the bottom of your own driveway because you don't trust the incline. Then walking it up in dress shoes, good luck. With groceries, I've seen people fall on driveways. And it's not just the ice. That slope pushes water straight towards your garage and your foundation. Every spring thaw, every heavy rain, that water is essentially rushing downhill towards your house. If the grading and the drainage weren't done properly, or if they're aging, that water finds its way into your basement. This is one of the first things I check when I walk a client through one of these homes. Not the kitchen, the driveway, to make sure the water runs off from the home. Here is something almost nobody also explains to the buyers. This is an exception. A good thing rather. People see 1100 square foot and think it's small. That number is only the main level. Here's the math today nobody shows you. On a bungalow, the basement is dug out exactly in the same footprint as the above it. So that 1100 square feet main level sits on top of an 1100 square foot basement. And take out that 150 square feet for the furnace, the hot water tank, the utility room. And then you still got a lot of room left. You are roughly 900 square feet and you can finish them. And then when you finish it and add it to your upstairs 1100 square feet, that's your 2000 square feet of real usable living space. This is the actual advantage of a bungalow. And the next advantage, obviously, you can put on top of it second story. I love it. The big footprint is the whole point. Now, here's why I hate the sloped driveway homes I showed you just a minute ago. A lot of these homes tuck away a garage into the same lower level assessed by that sloped driveway. A 2-car garage that eats up a lot of square footage, that basement footprint. Now, instead of 900 square feet to finish downstairs, you might end up with 450 or 500. So you just cut your basement into half because of that garage and having to deal with the ice and the water problems that the driveway already causes. Now, the same 1100 square feet bungalow, completely different amount of living space depending on whether that lower level is a garage or a fully finished basement. That's not a small detail. That's the difference between a 2000 square foot footprint home and a 1600 square feet home for the same exact price, mind you. Nobody points this out while you are touring the house with the lights on and the staging furniture in place. And here's something else buyers don't realize. A lot of these homes were built when families owned one television, one family room, one dining room. Nobody needed a home office. Nobody worked from home. You don't need a Peloton bike station area, the kids' playrooms, podcasts, Zoom meetings. Life has changed. The house just hasn't. By the way, if this kind of thing is actually useful to you, this is exactly what I cover on this channel every week. Subscribe if you haven't, because I'm not just walking you through listings, I'm walking you through the math nobody else will show you. If you're going to buy in this category, here's the one thing I would pay attention to. Bungalows in this era were usually built with small, low basement windows. Those are little rectangles up near the ceiling, barely above grade. You get some light, but not much of it. And there's absolutely no views. The basement always feels like a dungeon, a basement. But you have these raised rands that solves this problem, because the lower level sits off the ground. Those windows are almost full sizes. Same glass you'd seen on the main floor. That changes the game, how the whole square feet feels. It also usually comes with a proper exterior entrance to the lower level, not a bulkhead, an actual door which opens up possibilities. You can add in-law suite with a private entrance. You can even build a rental unit, a separate space for a teenager who wants out of your hair. If I had to choose between the two, I would lean towards the raised ranch bungalows purely for more light and that separate entrance. That's a personal preference. It's not a rule. Either one can work if the rest of the house checks out. Now, let's talk about money. This is where buyers get hurt. People walk into one of these homes and say, "We'll renovate." No, you are not renovating. You are actually rebuilding that home. Let's say you want that open concept everybody has on Instagram. Sounds simple. Knock down few walls until the contractor starts talking. That wall, load bearing, they say. Now you need an engineer. You actually need a structural beam. You need permits. That electrical has to move. The plumbing has to move. The HVAC has to move. Now the flooring doesn't match, so you end up replacing all of it. Now the ceiling needs repair and you are painting the whole floor. One wall turns into 20 decisions and 20 invoices. I've seen buyers budget $50,000, then discover the project is closer to $300,000, not because anybody lied to them, because they underestimated how these homes were built. Here is what I look at before I even care about the kitchen. the structure of the home, the efficiency, because pretty kitchens are easy, structural changes aren't. And these homes are not efficient. They require pouring in continuous money, very expensive to upkeep. I mean, how old is the roof? The original windows that needs replacement? What's behind the walls? No idea. Has the electrical been updated? What's the condition of the plumbing? Is there evidence of past water intrusion? How's the grading around the home? I mean, where does the water go when it rains? I've walked through these homes where everything looks beautiful. Fresh paint, quartz counters, new floors, pot lights. Then I step outside and I see the grading very poor, sloping towards the house. That's where my attention goes because water always wins. I've always seen homeowners spend months excavating around an entire foundation. Front yard is gone. I mean, the garage has to be exposed. The foundation has to be exposed. Thousands upon thousands of dollars just to waterproof this house, to fix a problem nobody could see from inside the house. That's why I always tell buyers, never fall in love with the finishes first. Let's fall in love with what's underneath them. And this is also causing a lot of baby boomers headache right now because they own a lot of these homes and they are not selling. Quick gut check, because you are probably wondering why I own one of these homes. Because I didn't buy the finishes. I bought the opportunity. My raised ranch in South Burlington was a time capsule when we bought it. Original blue carpets, small rooms, dark basement, but the lot was incredible. A quiet court, mature trees, a backyard you simply can't recreate in the most of new subdivision. We rebuilt around it. We put an addition above the garage. We put a new primary suite, opened up the main floors, new exterior enhancements. That's a full video on its own. Perhaps even I can explain to you that permit delays cost me a lot of money. The city permit cost me $60,000 to this project. Yes, you heard it right, $60,000 because the city of Burlington was slow. If you want that story, tell me in the comments. I can make a video for you and explain you the entire process. 5 years ago, buyers overlooked a lot of these issues. Today, they don't. We are in the buyer's market. People aren't walking through homes imagining where the Christmas tree will go. They are carrying a calculator in their head. Roof, windows, electrical, plumbing, the foundation. Are there any issues? The driveway that needs to be fixed, the layout that also needs to be changed, all of the renovations cost. Every one of those things affects what they are willing to pay today. That's why many original raised ranches, split levels, and on-touch bungalows are taking longer to sell today than they did during the frenzy of 2021 and 2022. The buyers has changed. If you're selling one of these homes or thinking about selling one, you need to understand how today's buyer is thinking. So many baby boomers are right now regretting they did not sell their home 4 or 5 years ago. Prices have literally come down 20 to 30%. But the big picture, if they bought it for $25,000, who cares, right? So would I buy one of these homes again? Absolutely, but only the right one. Give me that quiet court, the pie-safe plot, the mature trees, the great neighborhood, the solid foundation and structure, perhaps the potential to improve it. Because here's the mistake I see people make. They confuse old with valuable. Those are not the same thing. I mean, what's valuable isn't always the house. It's the land. It's obviously the location, the privacy you get there, the neighborhood itself, the things you can never reveal once they are gone. That's how I look at these homes. If you're looking at a raised rents, a side split, a back split, or a bungalow in Oakville or Burlington, send me the listing before you write an offer. Let's go through what is valuable on that property. I'd rather spend 15 minutes helping you evaluate it today than have you spend the next 15 years wishing somebody had warned you first. I'm Realtor Roshan, and I would love to see you on my next video.